Hello, today we are going to solve 5 questions from people domain for PMP exam. So the first question here is that as a project manager, you recently completed a project team performance appraisal and a previously unknown, mark the word unknown, competency gap in technical skills was uncovered, which needs to be addressed. So what should you do next? So you have 4 options: implement the response plan for the risk, conduct unplanned training to address the competency gap, consult the training management plan, and let go of the staff who have technical skill gaps. So let's analyze these options. The first one here is implement the response plan for the risk. What if the risk is not identified? So as per the question, we do not find any information that this was already identified as a risk. So this is not the right answer. Second option is conduct unplanned training to address the competency gap. Yes, this seems like a good option because we can do some unplanned trainings because we have found a gap just now and the planning training was not planned, so we can plan it now and conduct that. Let's see the other options as well. Consult the training management plan. This is always a good option to consult the plans, but do we have a document named as training management plan? No. So training management plan is not a PMP document, so we might not use it. Let go of the staff who have technical skill gaps. And the last but the least option, and I'm sure you won't want to do this, that if someone is not trained enough, you will allow them to leave your company, which is not a good option. So conduct unplanned training is the right option because you need to be confronting the issues you have found. You have made the appraisal, okay, but as soon as you found that issue, you need to be fair and responsible in your dealings. That is why you need to conduct that training as early as possible. Then, second question is that you are leading a software development project. An important point to note here is whenever they want to tell you that they are in agile environment, they give you an example of software development. Whenever they want to tell you that they are in productive environment, they give you example of construction industry. So right now you are leading a software development project, which is more likely uh, agile development, right? Which requires knowledge of several programming languages, okay? During project execution, one of the developers has been pulled out of the project by her functional manager, okay? So the manager provided you with another developer instead. So you are working and one of your worker is pulled out by her manager, and that manager has given you an alternate resource for that. What would you do first? The first thing here is provide the new developer with an ability test. So you will test her abilities, that what she can do. Is she good enough as the previous one, or do we need some trainings for this? The second option is introduce the new developer to the project sponsor. Right away, you'll go to the sponsor and tell him that, okay, this is the new developer we have got from the manager. This doesn't seem like a good option. Schedule a training for the new developer. Schedule a training. Training for what? Do we have any training needs? Have we identified that what are the skills gaps? No. So we cannot right away schedule a training because for training we need to know what are the training needs. There is a possibility that this new resource is more qualified and more talented and more skilled than the previous one. So we might not need a training. And the last one here is assign the developer the next user story in the backlog. You cannot right away assign some work without knowing her or without knowing the skills what she possesses. So what you can do is test her abilities, only then you will be able to know what work she can do and what she cannot. So this is how you need to find the right answers while solving PMP questions. Try to understand the situation. Try to understand what is happening in the situation. Then the next question is your project team function as a well-organized unit. Okay, so team is organized. The team members are interdependent and work through issues smoothly and effectively, so there are no conflicts. What is your best course of action? So basically everything is going good and there are no issues. So what would you do? provide a clear direction on the project objectives and the behavior expected from the team members. Uh, okay, let's see other options. Help the team to get through their struggle by ensuring they listen to each other and understand their differences. They are already doing it, so they might not need your help. Ensure the team resolves conflict quickly and continues to work collaboratively and step in only when needed. Okay. Serve as a gateway between the project team and the stakeholders and delegate decision making to the team members. As you see that the team members are well organized and they are working on issues smoothly and effectively. So that is the best course of action, that you delegate the authority to them. So in case if they face any issues, you can ask them that make your own decisions, try to solve it by your own. So instead of intervening and interfering in all their decisions, you can just ask them to make their decisions. So this option serve as a gateway between the project team and the stakeholders, and delegate decision making to the team members is the right option. Then other question is, two project team members are having a disagreement. So there is a disagreement. They are not using a word conflict here. Okay. Over how to approach a minor technical detail. So these are the keywords: disagreement and minor technical detail. So there is nothing, no big issue. The project manager has little experience working with them and her technical knowledge is limited. So project manager is also new and in the organization and in the field as well. So her technical knowledge is limited as well. She has little experience working with those team members. So what should she do first? What is the best action for the project manager to take? In this situation, what should she do? So abide by the decision of the most senior team member. So she could have asked a senior team member that what should be done and abide by that decision. But okay, let's see what are the other options. Avoid being involved in the decision and decision making. Avoid in the decision and decision making. Why? Because you do not have information, you do not have technical skills. Stop the discussion and direct the team members to get back to work. So you just try to stop the discussion and direct the team member based on your authority. So we can clearly see here that there is no discussion going on, there is just a disagreement, right? There is no debate. Secondly, as a new project manager or the project manager with little experience, you cannot direct your team members, because directing is part of influencing, and influencing come with skills, expertise, authority, right? So you might not have this much authority on your project team member, so this is not a good option. Request the HR department representative to step in. Ask someone from HR to step in and resolve this. But why? There is only a disagreement, there is no problem. Disagreements can happen. You do not need to solve all the disagreements unless they are conflicts, unless they are a matter of debate, unless they are wasting time of project. So what you can do is avoid being involved in the discussion and decision making, because it is a minor issue, you do not have technical skill, and this whole thing is not causing any harm to the project, so just avoid it. Next, development team members argue with the product owner who rejected a deliverable the team developed during the recent iteration. So development team and deliverable product owner, you can directly see that this is, we are in agile environment. The project manager schedules a meeting with the team. Project manager. Project manager is not usually a part of agile development, right? So we have a project manager, we have a product owner. It means we are in some hybrid environment. The project manager schedules a meeting with the team, product owner, and other relevant stakeholders to break down the situation and identify the root cause of a misunderstanding. So, whatever the situation was, they are needing to break it down and identify the root cause. So, root cause is a keyword. Which of the following will be considered as an anti-pattern if used during the meeting? So, they are meeting to identify the root cause, right? And what could be the anti-pattern? So let's see what are the options. Draw a fishbone diagram. When you will see a root cause, you will directly choose this option like draw a fishbone diagram. But is it what we are doing? No, we are talking about the anti-patterns, right? We need to find out what are the anti-patterns. So fishbone diagram is used for root cause analysis, but right now we are not finding the root cause, we are finding the anti-patterns. Using the 5 why method, again, this is the root cause analysis method. Maximizing the number of action items and defining the problem statement. So the right option here, because these two are directly related to the root cause analysis, and defining the problem statement is could be the least possible thing here. So the only option left is maximizing the number of action items. So maximizing the number of action items may not be an effective method for resolving the identified problem. We understand that. For the greatest effectiveness, the meeting participant should focus on the most important action items, right? So what we can do here is if someone is maximizing the number of action items, this is not a good option. So what we can directly bring the attention towards this that this is the wrong thing and it should not be done in this meeting because we need to minimize the number of action items. If we have more action items, we have more work to do. If we have less action items, we have less work to do. And here we are wanting to do less things so that we can solve the problem as early as possible. So here we go with the 5 questions today, and we will meet for another 5 questions in our next video. Meanwhile, follow us and subscribe us so that you can get the notification of the next video in which I will be solving next 5 questions for you. And this is how you will prepare for your PMP exam. Thank you.